Welcome to this quick morning practice. In this class, we are going to cover the essential poses that I like to incorporate into my daily schedule. I often don't have the time to take a class. You know, whether you have a busy schedule, demanding job, or you're parenting, it can be pretty difficult to squeeze in a full class. So these are the essential poses that I like to incorporate into my practice every morning. Let's get right to it. We'll start on our hands and knees, and shoulders over your wrist, hips over the knees. You can start to cat-cow the spine a couple times. It's great to warm up the spine. Those of you who would like can flip your wrists. I like to do it with my wrists flip right away. So inhale, extend, exhale as you round. If your wrists are sensitive, no worries, no need. Nice. If you want to, you can add some circles, circling the hips around the knees, the shoulders around the wrists. This is great to do when you wake up, just to connect to your body and start to move your spine a little bit. If your wrists are flipped, start to turn them back forward. Tuck your toes, and we'll take a downward facing dog. In the downward facing dog, feel free to pedal out your feet or take any movements that feel good for you here. Keep pushing the floor away and send your tailbone back in space. And start to cultivate your ujjayi pranayama, your ujjayi breath, constricting your throat, inhaling and exhaling out through your nose. Start to really round your spine forward to a plank pose. As you come forward, you're contracting your core. Good, and then drop your hips, tuck-toed, upward facing dog. Let the hips drop, chest lifts, gaze goes up. A little bit of a back bend. And take it back to a down dog. We'll do that a couple times. Round your spine forward, really engage your core, straight elbows, protracting your shoulder blades as you come forward, and then drop your hips, tuck-toed, upward facing dog. Exhale back to a downward facing dog. Do it like 3 more times at your own pace. I love doing this to wake up the body, wake up the spine. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Start to walk your hands back toward your feet towards your hands, meeting in the middle of your mat. Measure 2 fists between your arches. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, allow yourself to just let go and fold over your legs. Here you can grab opposite elbows. You can grab your shins, your calves, your ankles. If you have hair, you can pull on your hair to traction your head and neck down. And I like to keep a nice bend in my knees here, especially if it's like your first forward fold of the day. So your belly makes contact with your thighs. It's a true hinging or flexion at your hips. And then from there, as you shift weight towards your toes, you can work on pushing your knees back in space together, but be very gentle with yourself. Allow your breath to guide your movements. Meaning, if it becomes difficult to breathe, you're overstretching. Nice. In the forward fold, torso just hanging, shoulders, neck, relax, and just let your brain drop in your skull. Nice. Start to bend your knees so you're coming down to a squat for a moment. Now let's practice the headstand. If you don't have a headstand in your practice, no worries. Now doesn't have to be the time to learn headstand. We could have a separate class for that. So you can have your legs up a wall. You can take a child's pose, connect to your breath. If you have a headstand in the middle of your mat, go right ahead. If you're working on it and you want to take your mat to a wall, you can do that as well. But we'll take a little bit of a headstand, the king pose. So wherever you are, it could be a child's pose. You can just lie on your back, extend your legs up towards your ceiling, the sky, maybe up the wall, maybe your headstand by the wall, wherever you are. Maybe like a 10 breath count. If you're in a headstand, gently start to lower yourself down. Drop your knees, hips to your heels, take a child's pose. Roll your head side to side and make sure the neck's okay. Nice, start to roll your spine up, sitting on your heels. Inhale, reach your arms up. You can look up. And exhale, cactus, arms out to the side. Pull your elbows back, chest comes forward. Nice. Scoot to the front of your mat. And we're gonna come into a shoulder stand, the queen pose. Hands alongside your body, chin to chest. Roll back, legs come behind your head. Go walk your shoulders, elbows towards each other. Hands to your low back. Stay here. Maybe lift one leg up. Maybe the other one comes up as well. And try to keep the weight in the shoulders, not the neck. If this pose doesn't feel great for you either, you can stay with your legs up the wall or just lie on your back with your legs up towards the ceiling. You just hug your knees into your chest or take a happy baby pose. From the shoulder stand, take it back to a plow pose for a moment. It could be a rounded plow, or your legs could be straight. Start to lower your low back, sacrum down to the mat. Take a moment here. You could bend your knees, hug your knees into your chest. And then place your feet on the mat. I like to take a wheel pose here. If a wheel's not in your practice, you can just inhale, lift your hips up for a bridge. If you have a wheel, you can plant your hands by your ears. Lift your hips, maybe come to the top of the head, maybe press all the way up. Nice, wherever you are, take your time. If you're in a wheel, tuck your chin into your chest. Slowly lower all the way down. Let your upper back touch the mat first. Take a moment here. I like to just lie with your knees bent, feet on the mat, to let your spine neutralize for a moment. And then figure four, pigeon stretch, right ankle in front of your left knee. You can interweave your fingers behind your left thighs. You pull your left knee in towards your shoulder, your armpit. If you want to go deeper, I like to cradle the right shin in toward your chest, your sternum, as you extend your left leg long, along the length of your mat. And then switch sides. Either left ankle in front of your right knee, pull the back, your right knee towards your right shoulder, your armpit, or you can cradle your left shin in towards your sternum, your chest, and reach your right leg long. Take another breath here. And then release it. Hug your knees into your chest. Let your knees fall over to your left. Right arm out to your right. Supine spinal twist. If it's okay with your neck, you can look towards your right hand. And bring it back to center. Let your knees fall over to your right. Left arm out to your left. If it's okay with the neck, you can look towards your left hand. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Make a happy baby pose. You can extend one leg out to the side and then the other, or just stay in the happy baby, whatever you prefer. When you're ready, extend your legs out for Shavasana. Make yourself as comfortable as possible. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, release. Let everything go. Shavasana. Feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. If you're ready to move on with your day, start to bend your knees, reach your arms back overhead, roll over onto either side using your arm as a pillow, and you can just take a moment in the fetal position. Notice the shifts after such a brief practice. Notice the profound shifts that took place in your body, your mind, your breath. Everything is a little quieter, a little more relaxed. Press into the ground. Let your head rise last as you come all the way up to a comfortable seat. Palms can meet at the center of your chest. Thank yourselves for dedicating this time to your practice. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to see more like this, comment, let me know, subscribe, like it, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.